TradeGATEHub. What a week, Mike. Great to be with you. Missed our broadcast on Tuesday. I'm a little bit under the weather. Uh, I think this was really the key day on the CPI. I mean, it's always easy to look back, but this was a trend line from the all-time high that everyone was, waiting for to see if we would have a breakout. And it ended up just being a false breakout. It feels like Friday to me, but we have one more day. Pretty negative week. It's almost if you're long, you're wrong on a lot of things. Metals are giving some back. I think this is great because now we're going to know. This is like an acid test and see what markets hold up the best. To me, I think there's a shot for this black line. Maybe, quickly. The 3,900 level is big. And, I want to see what holds up the best. My guess is treasuries really are holding up pretty well. In fact, there's a little bit of a flight to quality here. I think they bottomed. And I'm going to be interested to see what things like semis do. I think that here's your XLE. I mean, what's up today? But the XLE almost got to the target, and semis, I wouldn't have bought them before this pullback anyway. Banks under pressure again, but the semis, kind of had this little false breakout on the CPI. But these don't look bad. I mean, even if they got down to 200 or 190, I think they'd be a great buy. So, a lot of people are discouraged by this action, but I think it's creating great buying opportunities as long as we don't crack. And there's always got to be a caveat, right? So we could go back to this black line and 3,700-ish down here. But if we fail and start taking out 3,600, then the game has changed. But I'll be willing to try the long side again down here in relative strength leaders. What are you thinking going into, the holidays? And central bankers were definitely Grinches this year.
I'm looking at it a different way. I'm actually looking at it more for a day-to-day basis. This is the way I look at it, Coach.
All right.
Considering the more binary, we thought there were 2.5 situations this week, a half a situation looming tomorrow, which is considering we're at the end of the year. If you will, I believe the moves have been made. Okay, so Elon sold a lot of Tesla. It was down 3, it's up 1. But I get it, stock picking. But you know what? With the VIX still here, where is the VIX? 22. It's very, very sedated from where it should be, considering you had that CPI number on Wednesday where the market was, or Tuesday, where the market was up 1,100 points and finished up 100. On top of that, you still had Powell speak into that. Quite honestly, and you have quad witching coming into Friday at the end of the year. Money managers rebalance. The bigger the stock, the more it matters, to me, from what I understand. So the moves have been, the moves have been made. When the VIX is still this low, I've seen I'm not going to see a lot of reversals on a stock like Roblox that had bad news, or Microsoft is in a range, or your Apple still is there. So
yeah, Apple, I called it a hope low, and I called this hope stashed.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I think it's not that big of a coach. I don't think it's that big of, it is a nice move. Not to say, listen, I'm short, I'd be patting everybody else, including myself on the back. But you know what I mean? I just think that a lot of people packed in. I think that you're seeing what's up today, as you asked, a lot of low floaters. I think there are still active traders out there that don't want to dip their toe in a John Deere or an Apple yet, or this might be the macro buying opportunity yet to be determined. I think the majority of people, I'm not saying I'm right, seem like they'll be willing to wait. I mean, how many trading days are still left in here? This is a Thursday afternoon. There's another 4, 6.
Wait till New Year's to start repositioning, right? Is that where you're heading?
I'm just that, listen, I know, listen, if you didn't make a, like you would say, especially on a Friday, let's go to whatever it is, December 15th.
Yeah,
How we say, if you didn't make your, your month, if you didn't make your year now, very few people with this way that the market is going to say, I'm going to finish on the high and right into New Year's, and say, blah, blah, I'm going in on the, very few finish on the highs, myself included. So like I said, the money has been made. There's some stocks that are moving. Yes, now I think that America, if you will, the USA, after the economic numbers are, everything's out. Everybody, it's only a matter if you want to push your hand or not. Everything has been laid out on the table. The CPI, Powell spoke, quad witching will rebalance things. I don't think anybody's been a hero here. What's holding up? Yeah, it's no surprise that the techs are weak now and Campbell's soup went negative to positive. I get it. You know what I mean? And that the
defensive.
oils
Yeah,
might have had a little bit on the dip to buy, or you know what I mean? The metals might be, I understand that. The moves, they're all basically still in ranges, even with your
you
dollar
had paired your
situation here.
long metals position, right, Mike?
I'm
Before
added
this
to it,
all.
yes. And you know what? I'm not going to look back to it. I'm not all in. Suppose I want to go in 100% of my allotment. Suppose, like I said this morning, I posted in this NUGT. I probably have 25% of what I want in so far in that position.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Just one thing, and I know that you pay attention to it now. It's called the dollar, right? So, people call it the wrecking ball,
yeah,
and it had been pretty calm, right? The
yeah.
wrecking ball, they kind of cut the chain, and the ball they've reconnected the chain to the wrecking ball, in my view. And the central bank action between the BOE and ECB was significant, with the euro showing relative strength, but the dollar itself looks to me like we have put in a bottom. It's a 3 drive here. And I think we could rally back to about, 107, 108, and eventually up to 111. So I asked myself, what's risk going to do during that? If I'm right about a move to 111, and I think it could happen in a month or so, complete it and then head down south. I'd be holding back on my miners purchases and almost anything else until I see the dollar. Now, this could be a bear market rally. I think we're in a bear market, but if the dollar is going to rally, I don't think I have to be in a hurry to buy anything except the dollar. I could still work the short side of things.
Like I said, now the VIX is moving up. Like I said, I'm not, look what I'm talking about. I'm talking about gold ETFs. Out of anything that's on sale now, Amazon, punch up your Amazon chart.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, Amazon's on sale. Okay.
Well, yeah, you want me to go? I'll change.
Yeah, I'm going to give it, and just a classic example is going to be, kind of looking at the Freeport. And I don't think copper is going to make a new low, and I don't think the miners are going to make new lows, even if the S&Ps do. And I don't think Freeport will, but this is going to set up a great buying opportunity in Freeport, maybe back into this gap area. That's what I'm saying. I think there are going to be great buying opportunities, but I'm going to turn the chart over to you because I'm really not bullish anything. The crude had a good week though, and it's really not giving back much today.
No, it's getting, Coach, seriously, you made a point. I have so many things going. You made a point. I am not, I believe, I don't know if would you say the dollar's going to 111, was that?
Yeah.
I'm learning by looking at TradeView accounts and by Tim and yourself, so I don't know if it's going to make that big of a move. I certainly understand, but I agree with you even on a smaller scale. So that's why I'm not doing much to anything. It's stock picking. And you know what? It's better. Actually, I'm glad about that because now I'm flip-flopping all year long. I was okay having longer positions. Now, the day trading was day trading. I don't know, you know what I mean? If now it flopped. Now I'm really I'm planning more like I'm invading Russia instead of, instead of going to the store, you know what I mean? And getting some things. I don't know if that was a good cliche, but I'll go to the screen and share.
Yeah.
Right here. Let me just.
So this, you made a great comment after your broadcast yesterday that price action trumps sentiment. What were you referring to?
I was referring to, listen, I just try, listen, just like it's, and just like anything, I try to surround myself with the best opinions and the best people that have good reasons for their opinions. And I try to, as you say, everybody knows I don't have that many followers. When you do it for this long, you just know where, everybody's got a guy at this point. I have got, I have guys, people that are on like, so I'm serious.
Yeah,
Doesn't
I
mean
do
they make
too.
on every trade. I got guys like Sir Larry punching and stuff. I go to thank
You're
God.
one of my guys, man.
I appreciate that, Coach. Touche. Matter of fact, that's what I'm going to do is going to watch the 9:30 video that you put up right here. And right here.
Oh, look, subscribers,
Subscribers.
2.14.
Yeah,
Another 140 people
and we had an
catching
ultimate
on
cop. Yeah,
that there's pretty good content here in a week.
there's great content, and I know that management or the upper are going to push it more because we want to have 8,000 by the end of the next year, but that's the number.
Cakewalk.
We'll do it probably.
Yeah.
Probably is actually. Isn't the first 2,000 the hardest? The hardest?
It felt like it.
I digress. All right, but listen, let me go to a couple of charts here, okay?
Yeah.
Like now, and it ties into everything that you said because I'm just cutting it down. The move, like I said, the move's been made in Campbell's soup. Yes, that's the stock to go to. Just like Amazon is not the stock to go. Look at this Amazon, $88. The split, just Rich will tell you the day they announced the split was, I think within 4 or 5 days was literally the top. All right, so I get it. You know what I mean? But there are active stocks that are doing well, and this is why it's stock picking. A stock
Yeah,
like
outside
RNA,
of tech. So
what's
what's this? A pharmaceutical or
it's a
biotech?
biotech, but a lot
Yeah.
of these stocks are popping. Like
Yeah.
another one was WVE. And these are the stock that train. Listen, like I said, and it's pointing me to my opinion, and not that I'm shy to take a long-term plan. Believe me, I'm ready to go. But I'm not stepping in here on a stock like AMD. By no means am I doing that. I'm not stopping Tesla. I'm not, that might, it's still, I don't even think it's that oversold yet. But Apple, I'm not
It's
dipping the toe
diverging,
in.
Mike.
What's that?
Tesla. Looks like a 3 drive down there.
I
I
know,
hadn't
I know,
looked
I
at it in a
understand.
while.
Netflix was one of our best positions. It was 331 yesterday. We gave back $38 and
Filled the gap
what's that?
all the way to the left. If you look left, it filled that gap.
It did fill the gap, but it's got more room. This is a longer term position. But
Okay.
now it's the 200 days below the 50-day. Now what I'm going to have to do is then to go in the long term account and be tactical and fancy around it, if you will, to reestablish my cost and then let it go. Decide if I want to go further. So my average cost is probably what, like 300. Now I'm going to have to look at it on a short term tactical play instead of trading and refinagle that because it might very well go to that bottom gap here at 263 if it breaks it. So that's why there's day trading fine. I'll even show you I day traded it. As a matter of fact, it should my charts were slow today. I bought it. I started built my first buy here was at the 294. I started buying, I think I had like 400 shares. I went right here. I sold it at 296. It wouldn't go when it should have. So with any term, to a note here to any traders, especially the more experience you get at your edge. When something doesn't, the longer something doesn't do it what you wanted it to do, the longer something will. If something bad's going to happen, it will happen. So it didn't go, and I wanted it to go. It went to 290. I sold it at 296. That red bar. Now it's at 291. It didn't hold. And why did I buy it there? You ask, Mike V. Because that was the 200 day.
Okay.
That green bar. It was at what, 290. So now it's going to the 50-day, which short term is 284. You can see up on my chart the light blue. So that's the next stop. I don't even know if I want to do that. Roblox had bad earnings. This was a position today.
Wow.
If I wasn't moving, coddling things, if you will.
Yeah.
Once that broke the opening range breakout, the opening low had bad news, 29, margin calls. It was everybody's, when a stock breaks like a 2-week low and everybody thought it hit a bottom and just boom, everybody wants out. Now it's over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's over.
So that's what I mean. I mean, this looks like it could take out its April low or whatever. It's already taken out the May low, whatever it is, where some of the other shares that you showed me, they'll just retrace without making new lows. They would be on my shopping list.
That's an excellent point. It's an excellent point. It really is. That's So getting back to what I was saying, I've been active. This stock I had yesterday very nicely. This was a it's a pharmaceutical stock, if you will, has volume. When it started to pop yesterday, the relative strength was all the way down here. Once the stock went from 4 to 10 yesterday.
Wow.
Once it broke
In
the
2
10,
days?
what's that?
Wow. In 2 days.
Yeah, no, but once it broke the 10, that previous year high, or the
Wow.
previous high right here,
What a
was it
squeeze.
1038? That was yesterday, 1038. My 4-minute chart was where's 1038? Right here. It did that cup and handle, then it came with
Like
this
a
volume
double in
that was
3
made.
days.
So once it
You
took
sure
out a
could
new high,
spot him, bro.
what's that?
You sure could spot him. It was a
No, well,
double in 3
if you have
days.
something, it was showing well, it wasn't showing price act, it was showing volume. It was very simple.
Did you get that? What alerted you to that? Your Twitter feed, one of your guys?
No,
Were
this
there
is
option sweeps on it or what?
no, quite honestly, it
It's
had a lot
yours.
of relative volume. You have to anything. You could have had any query. Let me have a new
Okay.
share.
So
You
it
could
was it was something you spotted without your
No,
curated
no,
list.
I didn't split the atom with this. It was an amalgamation of things. It was the biotechs. They were starting to take up the low floaters, which I still think they're going to do, because the market. Yeah, I'll even show you my screen here. The market's all red, and
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's going to be a hero. I think the exhausting buy in Tesla when it was up 4 at one point is okay. A couple of people day traded, made a couple of dollars. It really doesn't change anything that Elon still sold 12 hours ago. But you have to look at it for a gauge. Stocks like I'll go to a couple other charts just to leave it.
You were showing some cyber, I think, earlier in the week.
Yeah, I got out of that. CRWB, a best of breed. If you see the chart here, once it broke the gap, out. And I still believe in it, but that and not because it was $320. I mean, there are plenty of stocks that were $320, like Carvana was 400, now it's 5. It doesn't mean because it's not $5, it's a viable company. It still is a very good best of breed company. I'm not alone. The really two now are a Zscaler and CRWD. Those are really the ones. And S was another one. Gerard knows that one. I had a long-term position in YOU. That one I'm still going to buy more in the fund. I think that's still above all moving averages. It's going. It hasn't broken, not even close to a near low. It hasn't broken any bit with the market. I'm buying that more in the fund. I'm not going to lie. Why would I lie? But that's an expression. I'm adding to more. Let me go back to TradeGATEHub. I'm just tactically trading. And I'm looking for your levels, not to placate. They are your level. I'm working. And I'm looking to tactically move. I'm not between. If the VIX is only at this level, like I said, to end it, to be redundant, when there was that we were up 1,100 points, reversed to be up 100. Then on top of that, they whacked you with Powell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's plenty, there's plenty of time. I don't see anybody. What would be the catalyst to turn it around at this point?
I don't see one.
No, I agree. Everything's it's already out. The January effect? It's called the January effect.
That's
It's
the
happened in
next one.
January.
They'll start working that.
The negative effects are Russia gets worse.
Yeah.
The market obviously keeps trending downward. Tax loss selling. People finally say, I thought I had this one. Now a stock like that Roblox I told you that breaks a year low. People say, oh, I don't want out of this thing. So it's literally, that's why it's doing it. So tax loss selling is certainly not going to help. And I don't think a stock like Tesla or Roblox or a wise guy like myself sit there, 2 or 3 days before New Year's and say, okay, everybody's out. Let me get in now. I don't think that's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Shortstops never win.
No, I can listen. Listen. This has been, pardon me, the worst bear market I've seen. I'm not alone. And you learn more about yourself in a bear market than anything. Thank God, I've really, I had such well training in I'm not, in the confidence of management, if you will, to do what I want and hang in there. And
you have any shorts on?
I have the VIX long.
Okay, that's your okay.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are poo-pooing it, but I looked at it.
My positions right now, I don't have any. I have. I'll tell you what my positions are. I have these are my long-term positions. Netflix, VFC, insider buying, Google, JUNG, BHC, GDXJ, CPRX, Nutella, and Marna.
Okay.
Those are
All
my
right.
long-term positions.
All right, Mike. So feels like Friday, but we'll see what tomorrow brings. I think that what happened last night, and when you look at the S&Ps after Powell acted, they brought him back, Mike, all
I
the way
know.
back, and that failed from right near that trend line again.
Great point. It's
So
you're right. You have to be obviously if you can put it aside that you can't time the market correctly, you didn't have to be that big of a surgeon in order to be tactical.
yeah. So anyway, everyone has an opinion, and like I say, whether you're bullish or bearish, the price action trumps sentiment, and the false breakout, and then the Fed, and then when it recovered, it couldn't get back above that trend line either. Closed lousy, and then today, I think that again, that you're going to have some time. The key question to me is if we get down to 3680, 3700, do we hold, or are we going to take out the October lows? Maybe we need that clearing event, and if that happens, your VIX, long VIX, is going to be worth quite a bit because people are still so skeptical. Who could blame them? You're not getting performance out of VIX, but maybe we are finally going to have that clearing event. But I think that's going to be the line in the sand, is whether or not this break holds 37, 3680. If it doesn't, I think we're going to take out the October low.
I mean, Coach, you're a technician. You know what I mean? I'll even look at this. Citibank. What is
you've
going
been
to turn
negative
this
the banks.
at this time of year?
Yeah.
What is going to turn this thing around
It's
within the
going
next?
to take out 39, Mike. I see it definitely being able to take out 39.
Let me give another example. What else was I look? Okay, let's even go to the big daddy. Let's go to Chevron. Even that
Okay.
everything is curled, I wouldn't touch it.
Yeah, it's going to at least that moving average.
Google, it looks so
160.
good. It was looking good. Google, 4 days,
Ugly.
109, 10%.
Yeah, not many things that look good unless there's special situations. TLT looks great.
It does.
I would like to see it pull back to 102 or 100 to buy him. It's hard
I
to
wanted to.
chase him here, but I think the bonds are going to be the stars of 2023. They were they were taken out to the woodshed in 2022. I think they're going to be the stars, and you don't have to take my opinion. Check out what Gunlich is saying about the bonds.
No, I did. Listen, I saw him last after the close. I heard him.
You're a smart guy.
I also think the Royals are going to have a bad year next year. No, I'm only kidding.
Okay, Mark Fisher must have come to TradeGATEHub. He's with MB Trading. Ever hear of the guy?
The commodity trade,
Yeah, Mark Fisher.
Of course I do.
Yeah.
One of the best. He's one of the coolest people that doesn't have to wear a sport jacket ever on television.
Yeah. And he came on, I think it was Monday afternoon or Tuesday, bullish WTI.
Yeah.
So I'm going, wow, that guy's copying me.
No, it's a nice trade.
Mark Fisher guy.
He traded it well.
So he likes it. And
listen, that's the only one. It's
good to have good company.
I get it.
Yeah. And then Kramer says the VIX won't work. So, okay.
I'm not an anti-Kramer, but
I know you're not.
It's such a crowded thought, and I'm not going to put the firm's money because it's a crowded thought. So let me go the other way. That's not part of my model for the fund. It's just I need some protection from a stock that from the previous stocks that I told you. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, if you're not pulling your hair out after a week like this, and really, that means you're managing risk very well, and you don't seem to be in any kind of nervous state to me. Seems like you're just just going with the flow.
But it's still with. I apologize for interrupting. It's still with 85% of my losers this year have been small cap, small stocks.
Yeah.
So it's not that I'm going to, they're coming back. I'm going to recover. I think I just got net even on the year, to be honest. It's not
Okay.
the best, but I
It's
just,
better than down 29% like NASDAQ.
no, listen, I know a lot. There are a few
Yeah, there are
Sir
a lot of
Larrys
people
out there, but the
that would
bottom line
love-
is I'm still here. You know, it's not, it doesn't define me. You know what I mean? That doesn't make me, it's not going to, I don't like that to define me, but
live to trade another day.
yeah, no, that's it. That's it. No, that's it. I figured it out.
All right, my trading warrior brother. Good hunting the rest of the week, and some nice calls you made this week. And I think that were a pretty powerful combination.
No, 100%.
Between what you see in individual, you do have to be a stock picker now. You can't just buy. I think people realize after a year, you can't buy the spiders and be a genius anymore.
No. And if it was,
You
listen,
need active management.
and listen, last point is for those that even don't, I don't want to say don't want to worry about that. The bottom line is this: I punch up stock move. Let me give you an example. The biggest movers from yesterday. The number one was RNA. Okay, it doesn't mean you don't have to care about a PPI, CPI, BBI. Here's RNA, and that was active yesterday because it had what I believe it had like 40 million shares.
Yeah, look
It
at that
actually
green.
finished okay. It actually announced an offering. RNA, here it is today. Here it is today.
Yeah, they can't sell it off. There's some shorts caught here there.
No,
but
there. I mean, all you had to do was pay attention to where that block was. Stock went. This is today. They bought it in
Yeah.
the hole. Well, this is today. I'm sorry.
Mike Venezia, the trader. If you want to learn how to trade, we invite you to join us. There are ideas, higher volume of ideas from Mike every day. The guy sees stuff. So, you know, I only saw a few things this week. That's all it takes to satisfy me. But Mike's one of the best active traders I've known in my career, and I've been around for a while. You could tell by just looking at me.
Appreciate
So,
that.
Mike,
Thank you.
appreciate working with you. Any last words for the crowd?
Yes, I will, because it's going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be stock picking. You know what? If I'm wrong, and it's going to be a portfolio move, now's the time to get the TradeView demo and put some money to work. And just don't see like, oh, you know, and check it into. If you're going to check it incrementally, give it, you know, invest with us or buy the spies, as Coach said. Know why you're doing things, and what you're doing. This is a time to really do it and go into the new year strong. Like Timo, you know, I'm not waiting, you know, until December 31st to say, okay, now let me start. You know, I'm already in February, to be honest with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we
I'm
live in the
already
future,
February.
Mike.
And
there are links to do that on the YouTube channel. If you just look at TradeGATEHub, there are
you have to go,
links.
go right here and you look at all. Also, you should pin this tweet or whatever you call it, pin it. Subscribers from now until subscribers next year. Go to all our videos. Like I said, within the past 2 weeks, we've had Aline, David Hunter, Luke. We had the CFO of Trend Spider on.
Look at David Brady, got a lot of views.
It did get a lot of views. I mean, getting
Yeah.
better. Look at that's incredible. Getting better and
Yeah.
better. So, and that shows us what? That yes, we have opinions or trade pivot points, but they're high level. And even if we're wrong, we have a high level reason. So just like if you want to be better at golf, you try to play with as many pros as possible. You don't play with hackers. So play with the pros or play with some doctors, get in medical school. This is medical school. It's up to you if you want to be an epidermist, you know, a brain surgeon, a podiatrist. We're just giving you the, you know, with the cadaver, you know, we're giving you the stethoscope and the cadaver. You do what you want to do. Cheers.
Cheers, Mike.
All right. Have a good day.
Thank